right, so once you've downloaded the MyFitnessPal app, you want to open that up and create your account. From there, you're going to click on the Me button in the bottom right corner. Scroll down. You're going to see a spot where you can update your goals. I'm going to click on that. Then under nutrition goals, you can see calorie, carbs, protein, and fat goals. So those are your macro goals. That is the option you want to click on. From there, you're going to click on your calories. So click right there, it's set for 2,200. You're going to click on that. And you want to input the calorie count that you calculated for yourself. So using your body weight in pounds times either 15, 16, or 17, depending on your lifestyle. So if we're using that example from the program, our maintenance calories at 150 pounds times 16 would be 2,400, and we're taking 200 off of that to start phase 1. So we're in a 200 calorie deficit. We're going to set that at 2,200 calories, hit save. Now, you want to make sure that your macronutrient breakdown is matching how we're going to start the SHRED program in phase 1. So in phase 1, we're starting at 35% carbs. So I just clicked on that little 30% and we're going to change that. So we're starting at 35% carbs, 30% protein, and 30% fat. So we're coming to that total of 100, and click that little check button in the top corner. So now you can see you have your macronutrient breakdown set up there. So at 35% carbs with 2,200 calories, you are allocated 193 grams of carbohydrate. For protein, 165 grams, and for fat, it is 86 grams. So of course, yours will likely be different than this one. So just make sure that that is all adding up according to your customized calorie requirements. And then every 2 weeks, when the calories change, you're gonna have to come back into there, hit that calorie button, and adjust your calories. When the breakdown changes, so for the last month of the program, the last 4 weeks, we're going to be changing to 30% carbs and 35% protein. We're changing that macronutrient breakdown. So in the last month, you're going to have to adjust that, but for the first 6 weeks, you don't have to worry about that. All right, so now that our calories and macros are set up and figured out, we can see our breakdown: 2,200 calories, 193 grams carbs, 86 fat, and 165 protein. So now you want to think about your lifestyle and what fits best for you. So for most people, doing about 4 to 5 meals per day seems to be the best. Of course, everyone is different. If 3 large meals works best, then that's what you should do. And of course, every day can be different. That's the great thing about this technique. So if we have 2,200 calories to allocate throughout our day, and we're going to have 5 meals, we know we have about 38.6 grams of carbs per meal. For our protein, dividing it by 5, that comes down to about 33 grams of protein per meal. And for our fat, about 17.2 grams of fat per meal. Of course, this doesn't have to be set in stone, but doing that calculation kind of gives you just a good ballpark idea as to what to aim for per meal. It doesn't have to be exactly evenly distributed per meal, but it's just a really good ballpark figure when you're first starting to get used to this, to be able to look at the meal that you've inputted into your app. And if it looks like it's 80 grams of carbs and only 10 grams of protein with 10 grams of fat, well, maybe that wasn't the most balanced meal option, and you just kind of want to start getting used to checking that and thinking about that, because you can see from that you're going to be really low on your protein, and it's going to be harder to hit your protein goal that day. So now that we've got that set up, we are going to input our first meal. So from that home screen, we're going to click on Diary in the bottom corner, and we're going to add in our breakfast. So I'm going to add in the breakfast that I had today. So I'm going to click Add Food. I had egg whites, so I'm going to type in egg whites, and I'm going to hit search. So I had the Costco egg whites. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to input my serving size. So I had half a container, which I know is 25 grams of protein. How many servings did I have? I'm going to change that to 0.5. Save. And then I'm going to click the little check mark and add that in. Next, I'm going to add in an egg because I also had an egg. Eggs right there. I had 1 egg. Save. Hit my check mark. And then I had turkey bacon. Which one did I have? Here we go, 1 slice. I did have 1 slice. That looks good. Input that. Oats. Search that one up. And I did mine in grams. I did servings of 100 grams. So I did half of 100 grams. I had 50 grams of oats. Click enter. So there is my breakfast. I can see I used up 415 calories. I have 1785 remaining. And I can see my breakdown. If I click on macros, I can see that my breakfast consisted of 34 grams of carbohydrates, 10 grams of fat, and 41 protein. It's going to show me that distribution, and I'm going to know how much I have left when I click on that nutrients tab. So I have 124 grams of protein left to hit that day. I have 159 grams of carbs left to hit. And I can see in my fat, I have 76 remaining grams. Okay, so now I've got all of my food inputted for the day. I'm going to look at what I have remaining. So I'm going to click on that green 132 remaining. It's going to take me to my nutrients overview. I can see I'm over 1 gram of my protein, so that one is perfect. We want to be plus or minus about no more than 10 grams on each. That would be the max. So I have 5 grams left of my carbs, which is pretty much nailing it. And then my fat, I'm 12 grams under. So that is too much to be under. So I'm going to need to add in 12 grams of fat. So if at the end of the day, your app is looking like this and you don't really know where to go from there, check on your macro cheat sheet. So that's going to be the one that has all of your carbs, fats, proteins, vegetables, and the amount of macro in each one. Go to the fat section and find what contains 10 grams of fat. That is what you're going to want to cap off for the rest of the day to hit your target. And again, as you can see, this is why it's important that you are inputting your meals as you eat them, because if at the end of the day you're putting in all of your meals and you're way, way, way over on something, you can't uneat it. So it's really important that you guys are tracking your meals as you eat them and checking your overview after every meal so you know what you need to hit. And just get familiar with what foods contain what nutrient. That chart should be your best friend. You should be back referring to that several times a day.